Hi all chess goodies and welcome to my video. Today I'm gonna show you the solution of the puzzle which I made in yesterday's video. So let's jump to the solution right away. So the first move is very obvious. You just have to take this queen on b2. So let's do it. And now you are threatening to take on g7 with your rook to give a check and start doing some serious damage there. And there are also these two knights which are also aiming this f7 square. So what black can do about it? Well, the best thing which he can do is to take this knight, and I'm gonna show you the variation later. Let's first take a look what else could he try. Well, he could try f6 to stop this bishop from aiming the g7 square, but if black would does that, then you can just take this rook. And now you are once again threatening to take on g7, and now the materials is equal. So if black cannot stop taking on g7 except of taking the knight. That is the best option which black has. But if he does that, then you're just gonna take this pawn with your bishop, since this pawn is pinned to the king, and also this bishop is defending this knight. So now what black can do, what black can does, well, the best thing is to go to f8 to, to get out of this pin, since he's not gonna defend this pawn anyway. So but so he can does that, but if he does, then you're just gonna take on g7 with the bishop. Now he doesn't wanna go back under the rook, so he's gonna go to e7, and then you can just play f6, give up the knight, and then play f7 and push the pawn uh, to the queening square. Now the bad thing which he can do is to play knight d7. He's not gonna save this rook anyway, because there are no squares available for the rook, and if he would try to go anywhere else on the e file, then you can just promote, get the queen, and win the game. Like this, it is gonna be just a free rook, and this endgame is just winning for white, because you have up the exchange, you have uh, you have also up a pawn, and you have better pawn structure in the position itself. So let's go back to not this position, to this position. Another thing which black could try is playing g6. But now you can take with this knight on f7, and now threaten this pawn, and threaten checkmate right now, because if black would play some random move, then you can just take here. Black has to go to h7, and now you can checkmate him with rook g7. So black would have to do something about it, and the best thing to do is to take this knight with the rook. So let's do it. Now you can just take this rook once again, which is now undefended, and then this is still pinned, Now it's equal material. Once again, king f8 is the best move, getting out of this file. But then you're simply gonna take with the pawn, and now once again this pawn is better unstoppable. The bad thing to do is to give up the exchange once again, take the knight, then take the rook, and we are in a similar endgame once again. And if here black wouldn't take this knight but would decide to take this knight, well then it's just a mate in 7. I'm gonna show it to you how, but if you wanna pause the video and try to figure it out yourself, feel free to do it. But now I'm gonna show you the mate in 7. Well, I said mate in 9, but sorry about that, it's actually mate in 7. So the first thing is to take on g7. King is forced to go to h8. Then you're gonna take on f7. Then king has to go back. Then rook g7 check, king h8. And now you're gonna play rook to g3, rook to g4, rook to g5, or just to be able to get to the h file. So let's play rook g3, and now it's check, and the only thing which black can do is to go to f6. Then you're gonna take king h7, and then rook take h3, king to g8, and now rook to h8 checkmate. Okay, so we saw that black cannot do uh, anything else except of taking this knight on d6. But even like that, it it is better, but it's still winning for white. And it's winning because of this g7, obviously. So let's take that. Now king has to go to corner. Now you're gonna take on f7. King has to go back. Now you're gonna give another check. King goes to corner. Now comes rook takes b7. And now there once again several different options which black can does or do. Sorry about it, I don't know right now what's the right thing to say. Never mind. Let's get back to the puzzle. So now the best move is to just play at rook e5, give up the exchange. But if black would decide to go to g8, then you're gonna give check, then king h8, then rook takes a7 check, now king to g8, now once again check, king h8, and now rook g3 check. Now he's forced to go rook e5, because then it will be mate in 2 or mate in 3 with rook f6. But so rook to e5, then bishop takes e5 comes, d takes e5, now rook takes h3 check, king g7, rook g3 check, king h7, now knight takes c6, and yes, black is up a bishop, but you're up 1 2 3 4 5 6 pawns, so it is completely winning in game. Now let's go back here. Now black can play rook e5 in this position also, but then you can just take on c6, then rook e8 because black doesn't wanna get this pawn captured also after bishop takes, pawn takes, and knight takes. So f rook e8, and then you don't have to rush taking on e5 just yet. You can just push a4, a5, kick the knight out, a6, and push this pawn to victory. Once again, you are up 5 pawns for a rook now, but you're gonna win the exchange, so it is gonna be for a piece, and that's a winning endgame. So now let's get back to this position. I said that the best thing which black can do is to go to e5. So let's do that. And now the only winning move is, feel free to find that if you want. But the only winning move is knight f7 check. And the reason is, well, your rook in the knight is under attack. And that's not that good news because you don't want to lose any of them. You can take, but then simply d takes e5, and now you cannot save all of your pieces, both of your pieces. So, for example, knight f7 check now, then just king to g7, and then whatever you do, you're gonna lose this knight or the rook. So, uh, you have to go knight f7 check now, and after king h7, which is the best move, because king to g8 leads to knight h6 check, king h8, and now bishop takes 5, d takes e5, and the rook takes a7, and we are in this endgame where the black is up a bishop, but you are up 4 pawns, and it is enough to win. And also, your your position of your pieces is much better than black's. But let's go back here. So black has to go to h7. He could also go to g7, but you just don't want to stay on this diagonal for no reason. So king h7. Now you're gonna take on on a7 because your rook was under attack, and now uh, the best thing to do is to play rook a5, just deflecting this rook from this knight, from the defense of this knight. So you're gonna take that, black's gonna take that, and now we get this endgame where you're down a knight but up 4 pawns, and it is enough to win the game. I'm gonna show you uh, a few more moves like king to g1. You wanna activate your king and not gets eventually, well, not like that, sorry about that, not eventually get stuck on h1. Now king to g7, similar thing, king to f2, bishop d7, king to g3, attacking this pawn. Now rook h7, defending. Now now you're gonna play let's say b4, and just push these pawns, and you're gonna win. But now let's go back to, where was it? Yeah, to this position where I said that the rook a5 is the best, and now let's see why. Because if you would try to save this rook, let's say rook to c5, then simply knight takes d6 check, bishop d7, now c4. And you can see that the rook is actually completely trapped on c5, and it is gonna get captured eventually. Let's say black wants to exchange this rook, then you're simply gonna take it and then play b4 and win this rook. And obviously you are up a bunch of pawns, so this is a winning endgame after winning this rook. And another thing which black could try is saving the rook this way, but then simply knight takes d6 once again, or bishop d7, knight takes e8, rook takes, and then even bishop to d4, attacking the defender of the pinned piece, and then rook a8, and then simply bishop takes d6, rook takes a7, bishop takes a7, and even though it's opposite colored bishop endgame, just the 5 pawns up is winning. So let's go back to this position. So you see that you can't save this rook, and if you go here, then it's simply knight takes d6 once again, winning the rook this way. And if black would try taking on f5 with the bishop, trying you well, if you would take now the bishop, you would get checkmated, so you can't do that. But you can take on e5 with your knight and with check, then bishop d7. Now it would be great to win a piece here, but unfortunately there is checkmate on f1, so you have to go king g1, then d takes e5, and then bishop takes e5, and you are once again up 4 pawns, down a piece, but it is a winning endgame. And well, one more thing which black could try is taking on f7, but then you're gonna take it, king to g8, attacks the rook, and then you're just gonna go rook c7, threatening the c6 pawn. Now black has to get out of the way with his rook. Best is to go to a5 to have some more squares. If you would go to c5 and defend this pawn, then c4 would come, and then eventually b4, trapping the rook in the same way as in the main line. Well, not the main line, but as in the line I've already showed you. So now you're gonna play a4, just push these pawns and win the game. And yeah, that's how you solve this puzzle. So congratulations to everyone who found the solution overnight. Well, on or depends on where do you live, but anyway, congratulations to everyone who solved that. And yeah, hope you guys enjoy this. uh if you haven't seen the previous video, I will put a link to the description below, so you can check out that one as well. And please leave the like here and subscribe, so you don't miss any of my other videos which will come in the future. And yeah, hope you enjoyed it. See you soon. Bye.